Are you ready to rumble? Pokemon Rumble, that is, because today on Retro Dive we're going to be looking into the old, forgotten, but classic Pokemon spin-off for the Wii, where you play as a bunch of Poke Toys to win a Poke Battle Royale before it was cool. Pokemon Rumble was a WiiWare title, and to be honest, when I think of the WiiWare, outside of ports of older games like Super Mario World, I think of Pokemon Rumble. But I haven't played it in a very long time, and Pokemon Rumble, the original version, never got ported to any future console from what I can remember. Yet, I always remembered it having a captivating charm of a world full of toys, where you beat up more toys. So I went out of my way to play the game once again in the year 2024. Does it hold up? Time to find out. The game really isn't complicated to understand. All you're doing is going from a course from start to finish, segregated into numerous rooms, where hordes of similar Pokemon will run at you and spam one single attack until eventually you find the boss, which is bigger and has some extra boss only moves, but other than that is largely the same. And your own Pokemon as well is restricted to 2 attacks. Most of them will only have 1 attack, which you will spam indefinitely. Despite this, the game does still take some of Pokemon's qualities. For example, if the move in the game such as Headbutt from Red and Blue had the property of stunning your opponent, this game's version of Headbutt does actually retain that stun, but the description in-game doesn't mention it. So you're gonna need prior knowledge of Pokemon moves if you want to get the most out of the Pokemon in this game, which is an interesting choice, but simplicity was the name of the game for the developers. That's quite clear throughout. Not only are you restricted to 2 moves, but Pokemon don't have any abilities, and they can't even level up and evolve, which is usually a staple feature to a Pokemon game. That's why they made them toys. In the game's logic, because of that fact, they don't grow, they can't gain EXP, but they can still act as Pokemon. So I guess that's an in-game explanation as to why they are stunted. But because of that, you really need to shake loose the traditional trappings of a Pokemon game where you forge bonds. Yeah, don't do that here. The only way to improve is to replace each Pokemon you get with the better Pokemon you will eventually find, so on infinitely. You can give some of your Pokemon new attacks with a random slot machine, which may not get you exactly what you want.
Yeah, that one fits you.
Yeah, okay. Don't be protect.
Yeah, sleep up, bro.
These are terrible attacks. When you fall asleep, you get HP. Cool.
Fat shaming him.
I'm stuck!
Do something! Stop being such a reliant.
I use rest, they said it heals.
Ugh.
It heals you by 1. But outside of that, there's no other way to interact with them. You can't name them, you can't evolve them, so don't get too attached. And the game only offers 6 areas to play through on top of this. There's a fire one, a water one, grass one, and so on and so forth, that will determine the Pokemon you come across. And this was fine. The music in these levels is okay. I remembered some of them even after all these years, but the problem is every time you get into a combat encounter, it replaces the soundtrack with a combat theme. Some of these levels have their own combat theme, but not all of them are unique, and so it has a problem very reminiscent of Sonic Unleashed, where every soundtrack got interrupted by the same battle theme. This is slightly better because, as I said, some battle themes are unique, but at the end of the day, it just makes them a bunch of loud noises that keeps overlapping over each other, and you will probably find it annoying before too long. That isn't the entirety of this game. I did mention the Battle Royale, and that's sort of the crowning moment for the gameplay loop. You need to go to the 6 levels that you have unlocked and try and find the best Pokemon you can because then you need to take them to the Battle Royale arena, in which it's a complete free-for-all, and if you can survive that first round, the second round begins where boss Pokemon spawn in, and if you can defeat them, you win, and you get to ascend to the next rank of the game, which is the same as the rank you just did, but the Pokemon are stronger and there's some new species. But it's the same 6 levels and the same Royale, with different bosses at the end, as you just did. And that is the gameplay loop. You do that for, I think, 4 times, and then you fight Mewtwo or something like that. And afterwards, if I can recall, because I didn't play all the way to the end, I think then you get an extra level, maybe it's called Rank S, with the Sinnoh Pokemon. Because if the footage wasn't making it clear, only Gen 1 Pokemon are in the game for the vast majority. This came out during the Wii's lifespan, where Generation 4 Pokemon was still new. So the extras you can get at the end of the game are Sinnoh, like Chimchar or Lucario, that sort of thing. But that's it. That's the game, and whilst I had fond memories of it, coming back to it now makes it, well, not very entertaining. Sure, slapping someone silly with giant double slapping Machoke is kind of fun for a bit, but that's really it. There is no depth here. The moves are simplistic, your objective is simplistic, the gameplay loop itself is very simplistic. There's just not much to go on. Is it charming? Sure. I like the way that your kills are ranked against anyone you were playing with at the end of a level. I like the way that the Pokemon will look at your camera at certain moments. And the music is quite nice. But that's not enough to carry a game. And it really relies on you grinding. Not only is the gameplay loop repetitive, where you just do the same levels with higher level Pokemon, but if you want to get some of the cool, rarer Pokemon, like maybe you're a big fan of Blissey, or Machamp, or Empoleon, they're not guaranteed spawns. Sometimes you'll have to play a level multiple times until you get the spawn chance, and even then, you need the hope that when you defeat the Pokemon, it will actually unlock to join your team, because again, that's down to chance too, which just means that if you were serious about getting everything or getting your favourites, you would be playing the same levels more than necessary. And that's the whole game. It's a repetitive grind fest that doesn't give you too much as a reward, and it really relies on you already being invested heavily in Pokemon to the point that you know what the moves do because you played the games, and not because this game will tell you, because it won't. Just to make sure I wasn't judging it unfairly though, I decided to play it cooperatively, which is the way I always played it back in the day anyway, and we had a okay time, but to be honest, the best parts of the experience was just the fact that we were playing cooperatively, which any game can benefit from. Rumble itself didn't really add much to the equation.
There you go, you take the front, I'll shoot from the back,
Okay.
and we just win.
Pocket heal me.
No. I literally shoot poison. Oh, this is a very simplistic game.
Yeah?
I'll give it that. It feels like Mystery Dungeon if it was even more baby-fied.
Well, yeah, it's even got the same currency. Oh, we're at the boss.
When it turned into a Goldeen.
Rip.
Absolute trash.
Big.
That does not look
Human
good.
shape Pokemon.
Human shape Pokemon.
That's the name.
Nice. This is somehow even more stale than I remember.
What? Hey, I won!
Because you got the better Pokemon! Who would have thought?
Well, you got Horsey, Goldeen, Horsey, Seadra, Seaking. And Seaking. Don't get hit. Invincible!
Yeah?
Oh, look at this combo!
Wait, hold on, that's actually broken?
Invincible body slamming.
Oh, wow. Really balanced game. Well done, Nintendo. You've done good. Look, I can just Invincible, it stays for like 3 seconds, and I can spam.
Yeah, you should have kept them to.
Oh, it can fail. Okay, there's the balance.
Oh! But when it doesn't.
Oh, that's a
strong boy. Oh. They're dropping in.
Ow. What is this goddamn schoolboy soundtrack?
This is hype.
It's not. I'm not hyped.
Get energetic.
I'm not energetic.
Get pumped. Right, I can do your strat now.
Yeah, just spam
Attacks, and
okay.
And then quick attack.
Actually, why am I not doing that? Oh wait, they're grass types. Maybe not do that.
Eggy, you. Eggy.
Eggy. You don't want it?
Oh, ground guard. What the heck does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe you should use it.
Raid boss spell sprout.
199 power.
Watch this, watch this. Look how powerful this is. So first, you stun them all. Then, you got a turret.
Bro.
This is Vine Whip.
They really thought about the balance.
Vine Whip's the best move.
I didn't realize it was laser eyes.
Yeah. We fell.
Look at that face.
Egg. Oh, look at the difference between the birds.
Yeah.
See that?
Wow, it's so different. Stop looking at me. I beat you.
I beat you.
Literally.
Oh, we've unlocked the Battle Royale. Oh my god.
Alright, let's end this with that. We need to beat the big boss. That's fine. Loss is just a
Right,
stepping stone
hold
to
on.
winning.
We need to create a space where we're not being flanked.
Okay, this corner. Ooh. I'm literally doing 6 damage.
Yeah, retreat. Come on, come back up. We need to have our own spot.
Okay. Easy.
We did it!
Ugh.
We're the Battle Royale!
Well, you didn't die, so that's quite impressive.
Onyx had it going. Oh, look at the prize money!
Wow. Why am I not excited?
What? Look at that big pokey! Oh!
Wonder Key, what is this, Kingdom Hearts?
Oh, yeah, you could play that! Oh my god!
I would rather die.
What?
I don't want to play Mickey Mouse and
Goofy.
Woody and Cloud Strife.
You're one step closer to becoming the champ.
Yeah, sorry. Champions don't really matter when they're like 5 polygon.
What? Don't speak to them like that. Alright, what's your final review of everything?
Game is fine as a little distraction for like 10 minutes. But, when you actually like want to make a full game out of this, it's going to be a problem. Because it's super simplistic. The combat is literally one node.
So you get 2 moves.
And the gameplay loop is the exact same. You go to a new world or whatever, you fight people with moves, you over time capture people who are just better than the people you already have, switch to them, kill the boss, rinse, repeat, beat the Battle Royale. That's what this game is.
I would like to say that you could at least have a good challenge and then call it a day, but again, I can't. The game is ridiculously easy. In the normal levels, you can keep shifting between your Pokemon forever instead of allowing them to die, because yes, there is a limited amount of lives, but since it lets you swap Pokemon whenever you want, you never run out of them. You will only lose all your lives if you're being neglectful. In the Battle Royale, it's slightly different, where you can't change Pokemon until they die, but again, the game is already simplistic. So would I recommend Pokemon Rumble? No, I wouldn't, which I wasn't expecting to say before I began making this video. At the end of the day, it's short, it's simplistic, and there's not much there. As a kid, I think I can see why I enjoyed it a little, because you have lower standards and more time, and it's not like it was ever my favourite game even back then, let's get that straight. But yeah, as a kid it's a bit more forgivable, but especially now when so many more complex and invigorating experiences are out there, this just doesn't hold up. It's not even in the top 10 Pokemon spin-offs. It's just not worth your time. Still, thanks for watching this dive back into the past. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say, and you at least got to experience something new if you hadn't learned about this game before. But that's going to be all from me today. This is the Mighty Mage, signing off.